Are you preparing resume for your next job? Then I think these points might help you a lot. Let's move to the first point, that is skills. Now there are two very much important skills. Two I'm talking about very much important skills that you must specify inside your resume before applying for any job. And I'm talking about this based on my own experience, because as soon as I sit for the interview, this is the first question they ask me is that, do you know integration? Because I think if they are asking me about do you know integration, this means there is a requirement for integration, and HRs and every company is looking for a person who knows integration. Now I have seen multiple resumes and people usually connects with me and say that I don't know integration, should I specify it within my resume or not? Answer is yes, specify things, such things inside your resume. The reason is because every person who's going to interview, the first question they might most probably ask you is that they might not ask you the technical questions on it, but they will surely ask you that do you actually have idea on integration or not. Now if you say no, then it's fine, but if you are experienced enough, like if you are experienced for 3 or 3.5 or something like that, you must most probably mention integration. But if you are 2.5 years of experience, it's much more better to specify again integration, because they are expecting it from the people who have 3 years of experience. And if you are 2.5 years of experience and you know integration, that's a win-win situation for everybody. But just not specifying the integration is enough. You have to actually know the integration. Okay, you should actually learn the integration before actually providing it within your skill set. You should actually learn about the integration, how it works. Like, it's fine if you don't have real-time experience. Even I have like 1 or 2 times of real-time experience in integration, but still I specify it within my resume. Like whatever I have done, small part inside that particular integration, I specify that as well. So it's much more better that if you specify integration in your resume. Okay, as soon as you specify a skill set as integration, also immediately, okay, specify a story that where you have used an integration. It can be anything like Zoom integration. On a click of a button, I created a meeting of a Zoom. On a click of a button, we scheduled a meeting for the Zoom, and just form a story behind it. But first you should know actually the integration, and number two, then form a story behind it. Even if you have not implemented it, who knows that, right? Next skill is that LWC. Now, many of the people comes to me and they say that I know only Aura, or I know VF Pages, I know Apex very good. But people right now, even from 2.5 years of experience, people are looking for the developer who knows LWCs, not an expert, but who knows an LWC, because they have work on LWC, and as soon as you work on LWC, you will get expert at it. But they need the people who have basic or a little bit idea of LWC, how it's used. They have developed something about something inside LWC. So they are looking for the people who knows LWC, because in any of my interview questions, if you go, they usually ask me everything or something about LWC, like the order of how the life cycle of LWC goes, or something about LWC. And most of the times they ask me to write the code of LWC as well. So this shows that this is an in demand skill. And if it is in demand, this means company needs it, HR is also looking for it. But if it's not in your resume, then it's going to be a problem for you, right? So specify integration and LWC for sure, no matter what, for sure. But also have that actual skills inside integration and LWC. And if you have not worked on it, form a story behind it. Okay, that's totally fine. If you go to your own project of your company, you can always find any component of LWC, just specify the same inside your resume, but learn about it in and out. Okay, so two things: first, specify the skills. Next, write about that skills where you have used that skill, right? I have used the integration for Zoom integration. I had created a table inside Lightning Web Component, and vice versa, so that whatever skills that you are mentioning is full proof. Let's move to the next point. So next point is something unique. Now, what do I mean by that something unique is that inside your resume, if possible, if possible, if you have done anything unique within your project, okay, within your project. I'm not talking about I have played I've played badminton, I've played football or something like that. I'm talking about technical stuff. Like if you have done something unique. For an example, I have worked on digital engagement, I have worked on Einstein, but I know it's not that much unique, but you won't find many people working on these domains, right? So if you have worked on Einstein bot, if you have worked on field service lightning, now what happens is as soon as you specify something unique, they start asking questions about that. Okay, so now think about it. The interview is for 45 minutes or 1 hour. Okay, out of that, what you have done is you have spent 5 minutes by introducing yourself, right? You have introduced yourself for 5 minutes. Next 5 minutes, most probably will go, if you have something unique within your resume, they will ask you regarding that. What is it? What exactly did you do inside this digital engagement? What exactly did you do with Einstein bot? Okay, what exactly did you do with field service lightning? So what exactly did you do? So now you have more chance to waste their time, actually waste their time, right? It's the interview is just like a boxing match, right? You have to stay in the what we call it as in the ring as much as possible, right? So this is the time limit, right? And within this time limit you have to stay as far as you can, right? So if you want to stay that, you have to wait, either you have to actually punch hard, or either actually you have to stay on guard, or have to run away from each other, right? You have to just waste their time. So one of the ways, just waste their time. If you have something unique in your resume, this is going to help you a lot, because now you're going to form, like, let's say you have actually worked on something unique. You can specify everything you did, what configurations you did, what development you did, what challenges that you faced. Now this shows that you are an authentic person. Okay, they don't know that you are wasting their time, but this shows that you're an authentic person, right? This, you're like, you have actually worked on that things, that's why you are able to say one thing. Second thing, you have worked on something unique, right? So that's where they understand that if they assign you something extra, like something out of this world, you will be able to do it, because it shows if you are able to do something unique. This means you can go out of your comfort zone to achieve something, right? If, let's say, digital engagement, you won't find much documents on digital engagement, but people go, like I went out of the way to learn about the digital engagement and implement it end to end. So this has two benefits of providing something unique, that you went out of your comfort zone, one thing. Second thing, you get some more time, or let's say you waste their time basically. Okay, so this was the second point. Let's say you have not you don't have any of this, right? Something unique, you don't have it, but still, if you want to stay within that ring for a longer period of time, the next point might be very helpful to you, is that just the summary is enough. Now what does this mean is that whenever you are specifying the skills, after the skills I see people providing the details about their project. Now what people do is that, first of all, they will basically what they do is they will provide the description of their project, and they will provide the responsibilities. Now the problem with this is, like, for an example, they write the whole description, like what exactly this project was doing, by step, like they will write everything, right? And after that, inside the responsibility, that's fine, responsibilities you can write, but description they will write whole, like everything about the project that they have done. Now tell me one thing, if I'm going to see that 3-page big resume, it's going to create a cognitive load. Okay, I won't even ask you what you have done in your resume, or I can, even before coming to an interview, I can read about what you have done, and I already know about, as an interviewer, I already know about your project. So what I will do is, as soon as I jumped into the call, I already know about your project. Now what I will do is, I'll just ask my questions, whatever I want, right? He can ask you anything, right? If interviewer can ask you anything, or if you give the command to the interviewer that they can ask anything, it's a dangerous spot. What you have to do is, you have to drive the interview by providing, you cannot say less information, but summarized information. For an example, in the description, I'll just give summary of the project that I've done, very short, 1 or 2 liners. What this will do is, it will generate a curiosity. Then he will see, okay, only 2 lines are written for this for the particular description of the project, so I should ask, right, what he has done in this project. So they most probably will ask you what you have done in this project, and then you again get some time to waste, right? You get some more time to talk about your project, that's going to waste the time, and it's going to eat up the time that they have, right? They have to move to the other interview, or there is a stipulated time. So basically, in that stipulated time, you have to answer maximum number of the question, and even these kind of questions, if you are able to ask, that's also counted. So basically, my suggestion is, I don't even write the description, I don't write anything about my project, I just write my responsibilities in my resume. I don't write descriptions at all I write is responsibilities that I've done. So what happens is, usually when I set an interview, people ask me what you have done in that project, because honestly I have not provided in my resume, right? So this creates a curiosity, because as an interviewer, if you are taking an interviewer as well, you have limited set of questions. Okay, you have to ask what they have done inside the project. But if you have already provided a big fat description about what you have done inside this project, what's this going to do is that they won't ask it, they will ask what they want, right? So as soon as you write, like for an example, let's say you write a small summary about your description of your project, what's this going to do is they will ask you, okay, what you have done inside this project. Now in this scenarios, you can talk about the description of the project, okay, and from the description of the project you can define what responsibilities, automatically just go to it, automatically define the responsibilities that you have done within this project. Now as soon as you define the responsibilities, let's say you can say I have written a record trigger flow and it does xyz stuff. Now their question are going to round around the record trigger flow only. Okay, now what you have done over here is you have taken the control, and now you are trying to control, like basically you're just trying to control what questions that a interviewer can ask, right? So this might help you a lot, that to drive the interview the way you want to. Okay, so this was all about this video. If you found this video helpful, I request you to please like this video and subscribe to my channel.